You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day. Oh, yeah.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Bro Down Podcast. I'm Tim Fulton.
I'm Andy Smith.
And this is Fight Fan Weekly. This episode on Fight Fan Weekly, we're going to be doing the forecast for next week's UFC Fight Night. Once again, we're going to be talking about fighters that I recognize but don't really know their skill sets all too well, so it's going to be a lot of Andy talking.
Okay.
All right. So start us off here, Andy. I can't even pronounce that dude's name. We have Rafael Dos Anjos versus Michael Chiesa.
That's not bad.
Thank you.
Rafael Dos Anjos and Michael Chiesa. Okay. Rafael Dos Anjos, former champ.
Did not know.
Yeah, he was supposed to fight Conor, got injured,
Ooh.
and then Conor fought, I believe, he beat Eddie Alvarez for the title after that.
Oh, okay.
But
It's a cool story.
yeah, cool story, bro. This one, Rafael Dos Anjos has always been a very difficult guy to beat. If somebody beats him impressively, that person's stock always goes up.
Okay.
So he's one of those guys where people might not be talking about him like, oh, he's in line for a title shot or whatever. But if you beat him decisively,
He's always a threat.
you get a pat on the back and a gold star.
Gotcha.
So Michael Chiesa, also another guy who's not at the name level of Dos Anjos as far as I guess accolades and all that stuff goes, but very dangerous, motivated, kind of crafty on the ground. But I think Dos Anjos is going to take this one. I think he's had more higher level competition. He's been in the big fights. He's won the big fights in the past.
Okay.
Chiesa is a great fighter. I just think that Rafael Dos Anjos, the other thing he's known for is his pace. He's known for putting on a crazy pace. Now, Michael Chiesa did go 3 rounds with Diego Sanchez, who's also known for a crazy pace. So it might not be as much of a factor, but it's always something to look at when a guy is known for his cardio and he's known for using it effectively.
Okay.
Like once Dos Anjos starts, he never lets his foot off the gas. He's always in your face. That's why it was so impressive to watch Colby do what he did to him.
So it's not just that he's long-winded. He's just constantly high-paced.
Yes, he uses it to wear you down, and he also hits very hard, and he's got a pretty good ground game as well.
Okay.
Like I don't think he's going to be. It's not like he has to be like. Obviously, everyone's got to be worried with going to ground with jiu-jitsu guys, but I don't think he has to be worried the way other people in the division would have to be worried on the ground, because I think he's been there and he's solid enough in that state where he'll feel comfortable if he can take Chiesa down, because Chiesa's a little crafty. He's pretty crafty, but I think Dos Anjos takes this.
I'm going to have to agree with you on that.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you.
I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. All right, then we have Curtis Blaydes versus Junior Dos Santos.
Okay, so a little bit of background on these guys. Curtis Blaydes, is it what?
We have seen Blaydes fight.
Yes, we have. You've seen Dos Anjos fight too.
No, I'll take your word for it.
So JDS versus Blaydes. Curtis is kind of known for, he's a giant person, just a massive, broad shoulders, strong, powerful wrestler.
Yeah.
Can knock guys out, but he's more kind of known as like the old school lay and pray kind of guys. Like take you down, wear you out, get the decision. Take you down, wear you out, get the decision. Now he's shown a couple different looks in the last couple fights where he's actually stopped, I think, 1 or 2 guys. Dos Anjos is a knockout guy. He can knock out anybody in the world pretty much. He's knocked out, his last 2 fights we just looked up, Tai Tuivasa, who's a fucking brick shit house, big solid Samoan guy. If you're knocking out a Samoan, you got power.
You can knock out anybody.
And he also knocked out the Black Beast, Derek Lewis.
Okay.
Who's another heavy hitter. And not one of the knocks on Dos Santos is he's taken a lot of damage. Both of these guys have lost to Francis Ngannou in their last couple fights. Both of them were knocked out by Francis Ngannou. Junior was knocked out 5 months ago by Ngannou. Curtis was knocked out several fights ago by him. So it's had a little bit more time in between the head trauma.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to be a factor, but JDS has taken a lot of damage over his career, and Blaydes is a big guy. But it's hard to bet against Dos Santos for me because he's a solid fighter and he hits hard as shit. So Curtis is used to taking guys down, frustrating them, and keeping them there. He is a big guy. If he did it, I wouldn't be totally surprised. But I think Junior has been in there enough. He knows how to use his wrestling defense, and I think his hands are far superior to Blaydes. And I think that if he frustrates Blaydes or he gets him caught, catches him off guard coming in or stuffs the first couple takedowns, I think he'll end up knocking him out with the hands.
So I don't even know how to do a follow-up question with that. So do you think because Dos Santos constantly has these knockout fights, his last 3 fights have been a knockout at the very least, win and lose?
Yes. So
do you think he plays a little bit more of a dangerous game that way?
Cause he likes striking. He likes standing up, and he has the belief in his hands that he can knock someone out.
Yeah. So
he is willing to stay in the pocket and take some to give it. And when you play that game, you go out on your shield if you lose.
Yeah.
So he's shown that he's been more than willing to do that. Now, if he can stuff Curtis's takedowns, especially in the beginning of the fight, it's a 3-round fight. It's not a 5-round fight. So Junior can kind of push the gas a little bit more than he would in a 5-round fight. So the key to this is going to be don't get caught early, obviously, but to make sure he stuffs the first couple takedowns or at least gets right back up and frustrates Blaydes with the grappling. When Blaydes inevitably tries to grapple him. I mean, anything can happen in MMA. That's how I see it going from what I've seen from these two.
All right.
Yeah. But again, I've seen Junior. I've seen his skills. He usually rises to the occasion. Even in the fights that he loses, his heart is always there. So I'm going to go with JDS on this one.
I'm going to go with Curtis Blaydes simply because I love his name.
Yeah, you might not be wrong. Fucking powerful.
I can't root against a guy with the name Blaydes.
Blaydes. Even spelt cool. Blaydes.
Fucking ridiculous.
All right. That's all I got.
That about wraps us up. Tell us who you think is going to win next weekend. And don't forget to go to brodownpro.com. Get all your Brodown gear. And we will catch you guys next time. Yeah, we will catch you guys next time. Bye.
You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day. Oh,